It is Saturday morning and we are at the Botanical Gardens in Florence. Alright, booktube, this is what we think is the yew tree. If you remember my favorite book, A Monster Calls, this is a big moment.
Could take on human dimensions at night in the imagination of a child.
I didn't think that yew trees were that big.
Oh, that's the cork tree.
Update, this is not the yew tree, but there is a yew tree here somewhere. We will find it. This is the yew tree. In Italian, it's called Tasso de Micheli, and that's what it looks like. The other tree was a little bit more monstrous, I think, but this was planted in 1720, so it is an old tree. These are the branches of a yew tree. That's pretty neat. No. Show us one more time. I won't put it on my blog. Show us again how humans would walk if they walked like chickens.
You do it, Mom. I'm afraid to put it on her blog.
Come on, Marion.
We're all afraid of you, Emma.
We fear you now.
Please do this.
You have too much power. We fear you.
Today is the end of our third day in Florence, and we just got back to the hotel in Florence from Siena, which was absolutely beautiful, by the way. Siena is like a gorgeous little town built on a bunch of hills, and so the streets are really small and it's a lot of like steep inclines and then steep downhill as well. So we did a lot of walking up and down those streets, which was really cool, and we had a mass in the cathedral where John the Baptist's arm is on display, so that was pretty cool.
The sister of the maitre d' lives in the island of Giglio, which is in Tuscany. The maitre d' wants to show his sister that he is somebody in the Costa Cruises. I mean, not being maitre d' for nothing. So he's asking the captain of the ship, can you go closer to the island so I can wave to my sister? He's texting her. I say, I'm coming. She says, oh, so cool. So she's waving back. While they're waving at each other, they hit a rock and they kill her like at 35 feet. Because the ship is too close to the island. But this is not the point. The point is, the maitre d' wants to show that he has power, and the captain is not telling him what's wrong with you. He say, oh yes, no problem. How close you want to go? That close. Too close. Right. And they hit the rock. Okay. Now they don't know what to do because they feel very stupid. You know, they're destroying a ship, they're killing people. So they don't want to admit that they are doing something very bad. So the captain refused to acknowledge that the ship is sinking. He thinks he can find a way out of this. So he's calling Costa Cruises. He say, okay, send me one of those guys who can fix it. He thinks he has a little hole. He doesn't know that he's... Actually, he should know, because from down below they're telling him we have a problem, you know. But he doesn't want to admit that he has done such a stupid thing. So the instruction that he gives, this is my point of the entire story, the instruction is given to the passenger is go back to your cabin. We are handling this. Okay, so those who went back listening to the guy, they're dead. 95% were Italians, and 95% of the 95 didn't listen, because we Italians, we don't listen anyway. Because you tell the Italian, you go back, the Italian look at the ship is sinking, and say, you go back. I dive into the water. So you see, It's a mentality.
big day. Tomorrow is Sunday. It is the feast of John the Baptist, which is a really big deal here in Florence. They apparently celebrate it like Americans celebrate the 4th of July with like a ton of fireworks, and everybody goes out and parties, and it's a really big deal. So we have mass tomorrow morning at the Duomo, and then some people are going to tour the baptistry, but I'm going to take the afternoon to come back to the hotel and kind of recuperate, or maybe walk around Florence a little bit, but mostly come back to the hotel and recuperate, because tomorrow night we're going to a beautiful restaurant that overlooks the river for the fireworks, which the fireworks are going to start late at night, and no one knows exactly what time, because apparently, according to our travel agent Paolo, Italians don't plan things super well, so no one knows exactly when the fireworks are going to start, but at some point they will, and it'll probably be fairly late at night, and then we'll have to walk back from the restaurant to our hotel, which is going to be a long walk.
Down 400 steps.
Down 400 steps, yep. Because the transit in the city will be closed down. Yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow. Stay tuned if you want to see that, because it's gonna be fun stuff. Say goodnight, Marion. Good night. Good night. Good morning, BookTube. Marion and I are up on the roof of our hotel. It's called the Solarium, and we're gonna do some reading up here, but the view is just beautiful, so I wanted to show you really quick before we settle down and start reading. Time to find a reading spot. just finished Lincoln in the Bardo, and I must say it's a very interesting book. I don't know that I love it as much as some other people have said that they do. I do like it a lot. I think it's really, really cool. I really liked the ending. I think the last chapter is super interesting. I'm a little bit curious about like why that happened, but it's really interesting. I feel like I have to unpack it a little bit. It's a really unique book, so I think for that reason alone it's probably worth reading because it's just really interesting. What are you reading, Marianne?
I'm rereading Watership Down.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
What's it about?
Rabbits.
What about rabbits? They need a description. I don't know what it's about.
Okay, so there's one rabbit with kind of a sixth sense, and the rabbit,
Okay.
gets a feeling that some evil is coming to the home warren, so he and his brother convince several rabbits to come with them to leave the warren, and the book is kind of about their journey to try to find a new home and all of the trouble that befalls them on the way.
That sounds really cool. If you were to give it a star rating out of 5, what would you give it?
I don't know. It's a really good book, and it's not what you would expect it to be based on what the storyline is.
Cool. Alright. So 4 stars for Watership Down by...
Richard Adams.
Watership Down by Richard Adams. I have heard of this book before, but I've never thought about reading it. Should I read it? Let me know down in the comments. When we head back down to the room, which we are probably going to do in a minute here, we're going to get ready to go to this big fancy restaurant on the river where we're going to watch fireworks later, because today is the Feast of St. John the Baptist, which is a big deal in Florence, and I mentioned in last night's vlog some of this whole thing, but it'll be happening tonight, and I will hopefully vlog it. I also got this little bracelet today, which is just Florentine leather, and it says Firenze and Tuscany on it over and over. I thought it was cute. Alright, I'll see you later. Goodbye. Well, I also wanted to show you this cute little bookmark that I got in Florence as well. It's a little Pinocchio, because the author of Pinocchio was born in Florence, or is from Florence. Does that mean the same thing?
Ecco, guarda adesso, grazie. Grazie, adesso canino.
Mom, do cheers again like last night.
Ora musica dolce suonava soltanto per grazie. music, dai, Richard.
Quiero respirar tu cuello despacito, deja que le diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes.
Non sono le case questa notte.
Laberinto, y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito. Sube, sube, quiero vivar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo, que le enseñes.
Si va così signori la loggia, Firenze, grazie Italy. Si va così regolare, signore Costanza. Costanza, dove sei?
This is our room. We're about to leave, so I figured I'd give a little room tour so that we can remember what this beauty looked like. So basically we come in and this is what you see. There's these beautiful open windows here. These pretty pictures on the wall. It's like a little cramped, but still like absolutely beautiful. But then we have a little chair and a little table. And here's the view outside. Just absolutely gorgeous. And then we have these cabinets here, which are just a place to put some clothes. And then the beds. There are two little twin beds. Marion and I are sharing this room. And we have the roses that our father bought us because he's a very nice man. And down right here is the bathroom. So basically, very economical. It's cool. They got this sink, and you have the toilet. You have this nifty towel thing that like hot water for your shower is supposed to run through there, and it heats your towels. And then here's the little shower. It's a little box, and it's quite nice actually. And yeah, that's our whole room. So now we say goodbye, Florence. I'm going to miss you. You've been so wonderful. Time to go check out and move on to the next.